As Route 2 cuts across the big sky of Montana, the world opens up so wide it feels like the land is trying to swallow the horizon. This stretch is known as the Nuclear Corridor, where the grain silos 3 of the surface hide the missile silos of the Cold War deep underground. It's here, between the High Line and the Dark Missouri River, that the legends stop being about ghosts and start being about the stars. The most famous story comes from a long-haul driver named Dutch, who was hauling heavy machinery through the empty plains near Glasgow at 2 a.m. In Montana, the stars are so bright they feel like they're pressing against your windshield. But Dutch noticed one star that wasn't staying still. It was a pulsing, violet light that drifted lazily above the black silhouettes of the distant Little Rocky Mountains. Dutch assumed it was a military flare until it dropped. The light plummeted from the stratosphere in a silent, jagged zigzag, coming to a dead halt just 500 feet above the highway. It wasn't a saucer. Dutch described it as a polished obsidian needle, a craft that looked like it was made of solid black glass, roughly the length of a trailer. It didn't reflect his headlights. It seemed to drink them. As he drove under it, the radio in his cab didn't just go to static, it began to play a series of rhythmic, metallic pings, like a heart monitor made of brass. His steering wheel vibrated with a gentle, magnetic pull, tugging the rig toward the shoulder. Then, the needle let out a flash of white light so intense it turned the Montana midnight into high noon for a split second. When Dutch's eyes adjusted, the craft was gone, but his dashboard clock was flashing 12 o'clock, and the fuel gauge, which had been half full, was now pinned to empty. He'd lost 3 hours of time in what felt like 3 seconds.